Hi there. Today I want to talk about how it feels to be hurt in a relationship. Oh gosh. This is actually really interesting. I've been doing a lot of reflection on this in the last few weeks. And what I've recognized is I've been talking about this a lot, this box of blame and shame. When we've felt hurt, which, most of the time it's rejection. When you've felt rejected, that really hurts. It really, really hurts to be rejected by another person. And so, what we do is we protect ourselves. We protect ourselves because we never want to feel rejected again. So, we we do whatever we can to not put ourselves out, because if we put ourselves out there, we risk being rejected, and like I said, rejection really, really hurts. So what we're actually doing is preventing ourselves from finding a partner that isn't going to reject us. But the interesting thing about this is, you know it's actually so much smarter and healthier to put ourselves out there and be that person. It's like finding this steady state of, for example, I'm a very affectionate person. I love touching people. I love hugging people. If I'm in a relationship with someone, I always want to be, giving back rubs, holding hands, cuddling, and complimenting someone. Like I always like to say nice things to make, to make someone feel good about themselves. What I love to do is like lift a man up and let him know how important he is to me. But because I've done that in the past and been rejected, now I'm really afraid to do it because I don't want to feel that. But what I'm trying to share is, wouldn't it be better to know if somebody's going to reject us while we're being our loving selves? And if they do, then it's like, well, Saya fucking Nora, next. Like, right? But we kind of we fall into these little shells, or we protect ourselves in these little shells, and it's like, well, I don't want him to reject me, so I'm not going to say the nice things, because when I used to say nice things before, I would get rejected. It's like, why are you saying that to me? Whatever it is, I don't want to put myself out there and, like, physically touch someone, because what if they like move my hand away and they're like, why are you touching me right now? But my thing is, that's who I am in a relationship. So by not doing those things, I'm actually not showing who I am, which means I'm not really giving the right person the opportunity to be held by me, to be complimented by me, to be touched by me. But we do this. Like, we do this, and what I'm really sitting with is, wouldn't it better, like, I think I already said this, but wouldn't it be better to if the person that we're with doesn't like the things that we do, then wouldn't it be great to know that right away? And like I said, just be like, okay, guess this isn't going to work. Next. But we get ourselves like really lost in the fear. And we have to wade through that fear. And I'm really starting to see this for myself. And what I'm starting to do, or what I'm going to start to do, because I really just figured this out this morning. What if we asked ourselves the question, if I weren't afraid, what would I say right now? And like I said, I like to say nice things. I like to compliment people. I like to tell them, that I'm happy to see them and that I want to see them. But I don't do those things. I don't do those things because I'm afraid. Because if I tell somebody that I'm happy to see them or that I want to see them or compliment them, they can reject me. And I've got this inner wound of rejection. But the only way to work ourselves through that and to make our way through it and to really truly heal it is to face it and to actually free that part of us that is so expecting rejection. And even like the word rejection itself, it's like, well, maybe this person is just not interested in me. So that's okay. So the question is, what would you say if you weren't afraid of being rejected? How would you act if you weren't afraid of being rejected? Like, what would you do if you weren't afraid of being rejected? And what we need to do is start doing those things so that we can prove to ourselves that pain is not the end of the world. It's not going to crush us. Like, if somebody doesn't like us, then, like, if somebody doesn't like us when we're being authentically ourselves, then we don't want that person in our lives and in our world. So the healthy way to be in a relationship would be to bring your best self forward every day. And if somebody doesn't like it, then that's wonderful. Then it's gonna hurt. Of course it's gonna hurt to like put yourself out and somebody's like, yeah, don't touch me, or I'm not really into this, or I don't really feel the way that you feel. Well, okay, that's gonna hurt. Of course it's gonna hurt. That's gonna bring up this feeling of rejection. But it's really not a rejection. Just like I've said before, God's no it's not like a hard no. It's like, not right now, or I've got something better for you. So why are we so worried to find out the truth? And I've said in a lot of my videos, the truth will set us free, but the truth also hurts, right? Like, to learn the truth about something right away, I should put my hair up. Yeah, it hurts. Truth hurts. But then we sit with it, and it will set us free. I would rather know that somebody's not interested in me than waste my time, and take months to find it out and just be like, oh shit, you don't like being complimented, you don't like holding hands, you don't like spending time together, you don't like cuddling. Well, then you're not the match for me. Like, right? So I'm just speaking about this because I've been talking to a lot of single people lately, and I feel like we're all in this same place where it's like, I don't know if I want to put myself out. I don't like that feeling of rejection. I don't want to be hurt. But I also know that all of the people that I'm talking about at this age, we're really wanting to have a healthy relationship. We're really wanting to have that connection with another person. I truly believe that inherently we're all wired for connection. We want to be held, we want to be seen, we want to be loved. But because we don't want to be rejected, we don't get to that place where we are seen and we are held and we are loved. So I'm really listening to what I'm saying right now, and I'm going to start to live in this space of, if I weren't afraid, what would I say right now? If I weren't afraid, what would I do right now? And then actually do those things. And I'm hoping that you do that too. We need people in this world connecting. That's absolutely what we need on the planet right now.